back, everyone. Welcome back to the WardiTV Monday number 30 semi-finals. I hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OC as we've returned. We are back with our semi-finals match with our TvP, a match you should be quite familiar with, but not in the finals, in the semi-finals instead. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Danish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the French Terran player, the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? Pappy. It's Gamba time. It is Gamba time. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our semi-finals match, into our best of 3. Here we go, so best of luck in the chat with those predictions. Coming into this, of course, Clem, he is the heavy favorite to win the entire tournament. He's the world champion, he's the best player in the world, he's the favorite player, but we have seen a couple of notables bring him down in the past. One such notable being MaxPax. MaxPax, he has brought him to Clem in the past. He is one that can contest against him. Again, the strongest Protoss player in all of Europe, arguably the strongest Protoss player in the world, and we'll see how he compares. We'll see if we can bring him down and stop his reign of terror. Let's go. Let us go, Pappy. Let's go. For now, double gas opener out of Clem, going for the racks into factory. Meanwhile, MaxPax just going for a standard opener himself. Nothing too crazy out of the Protoss, but a more aggressive start here by Clem. And we have seen, in general, Clem take a more aggressive approach to MaxPax. We have seen quite a lot TvP be very momentum-based matchup. And it's one of those things where Clem, he does very often try to fight for that map control early on and try to fight for that momentum to make sure that MaxPax doesn't get a comfortable start in a TvP. So this can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, this can lead into Hellion drops, this can lead into early Cyclone, early Tank drop as well. We are loading into Ley Lines. Ley Lines is a bit of a larger map. I mean, I say it's middle of the road. It is larger than Whispers, larger than El Dorado, larger than Sandworm, for example. But, you know, we'll see if Clem does commit to something more committed here, as it is smaller than some of the other, you know, massive macro maps out there. Ooh, hello. Speaking of being aggressive, I was talking about Clem, but really I should turn my attention to MaxPax, as MaxPax does open up with the proxy pylon, setting up for potentially proxy Stargate. Hero is very fond of proxy Stargate here against Clem on ley lines. We'll see if MaxPax pulls a hero. There it is. Ooh, Gateway, not Stargate. Okay. So proxy gateway, so he's going to be reinforcing across the map. With this, the goal for MaxPax should be to fight for control of the natural. Let's go. So MaxPax is going to be the aggressor early on from the side of Clem, 1-1-1 into what looks to be a Widowmine drop setup. It's building up to it. We saw something similar, if you recall, earlier against Creator in the Creator versus Clem series. Let's see if that continues. Clem, he does threaten the mineral line. Nothing at home to defend, just one adept. Yeah, probe's going to be going down. He gets one probe so far. They line up. Oh my god, they do line up, and so far 3 probe kills. Very nice damage, going for the adept as well. Mining is denied, and this is a very rough start for MaxPax. Not like this. He does get across the map. He will try to delay, but the mine shot goes off. This EC will survive, the SCV will survive, and MaxPax, he's in a really rough position. He's in a rough position. He will lose the adept. Reaper dives in, gets a full scout, no tech, no nothing. That is a bit of a sign. Reaper does not get behind the mineral line, and there's a lot of pressure on MaxPax. There's a lot of pressure. He has to get some damage done here. Clem going for a drop. Oh my god. Moves out for a drop. Adepts, they do move in. SCV's under fire. Clem, he's forced to turn around. He turns back around. Hellion goes down to the Stalker. Widowmine's trying to keep up. Clem, he was out of position. So far, good damage here by MaxPax. Gets 2 SCVs. Takes down 2 SCVs. Likewise, trying to bait out that mine shot as well. Oh my god. As more boys are being pulled, more SCVs going to be going down. Stalkers are coming from behind. A massive connection, though. One Stalker falls. And it looks like Clem, he will he holds on, though. We're warping in 3 Stalkers at a time. That's a lot of Stalkers. But they have no blink. Tank is in position. Ooh, the tank does punish. Clem holds. Yeah, Clem holds with the arrival of the tank. It looks like Clem, he will maintain control of his natural. He will bleed out 4 SCVs. And MaxPax will recover. He's been chronoing our probes. Back at home, he's back up to 2 base saturation. 38 workers, not bad. Not a bad positioning for MaxPax. Things were looking dire for our Protoss player, but it looks like he is recovering. And now we have a game. We have a game, we have a back and forth. We can calm things down. Whew. We can take a breath. We can take a breath, papi. Yeah. Likewise, Clem, he does sneak out with a Marine drop. Purely Marine. Third base now on the way for MaxPax. MaxPax does turn around with his army. Likewise, warping in back at him to defend. And MaxPax, he's ready for this. Bearing in mind there is no blink, so there's no dive on the medevac. Medevac does confirm the third base timing, but for all intents and purposes, MaxPax, for the most part, he has map control, and Clem is stuck at home until he finishes up the upgrades. What upgrades? Stim. Waiting for Stim, waiting for +1. Once these upgrades finish, then Clem can break out. Until then, MaxPax, he can cut corners, he can be a little bit more greedy here. Focus on saturation, focus on building up. Over here, the game will slow down. Slow down. Looks like a 2-base all-in. Okay, Clem, let's go. The aggression just does not end. Now, the reason why I say 2-base all-in, do you see what I see? I see 2 more hidden Raxes behind the natural mineral line. Now, it isn't just that we're building up to a 5-rack setup. It's also the fact that they're pinned against the wall. No add-ons. 0 add-ons here. Oh, hallucination does confirm. Yeah, massive scout from MaxPax. He knows. He sees, he knows, he's aware of what's going on. Does see the extra hidden Raxes. And back at home, he throws in a massive gateway explosion himself. Now, does Clem pull the boys? That's the question. Does he pull the boys with this? Regardless, is hyper committed. Yeah, moving out ahead of time. Stim is not yet done, but time is of the essence. He cannot just wait at home. He has to go. He has to go. He has to send it. It's all or nothing for Clem. Remember, there is no third CC. Still just rallying. And back at home, Max actually throws down the bait, getting ready for Colossus production. Ooh, the Raven taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. And Clem, he has to get damage done here. He has to break the third. If he doesn't, that's going to be it. He has no longevity in this game. Zoltek catch reinforcements. A Raven goes down, massive pickup. And the force fields, they slow down the push. Yeah, they slow down Clem. Tanks, though, they're moving forward. They're getting within range of the Nexus. Again, Clem, he needs to kill this base. And it looks like he might be able to. Gets the Immortal. Takes down the Immortal. Cleans up all the Zealots. Tank Voyager on the Stalker. Zealots are coming from behind. 1 tank goes down. There's 1 tank left. There's 1 tank remaining. Reinforcements are soon to arrive. The tank is exposed. It's going to go down. Massive pickup. Down to 0 tanks. But Clem, with this two base all in, it looks like he has enough. Yeah, he's overwhelming. He's overwhelming MaxPax. The warp pins are barely done enough. The Colossus is only halfway done. It's not done in time. And MaxPax has been broken. He has been broken here. Clem, he picks off all those Zealots. Now picking off Stalkers as well. I mean, the Colossus may pull off the defense, but it's going to be so close here. As MaxPax is heavily reliant on that Colossus. The voids are being pulled into Voodoo Mines. Oh my god. Yeah, the Colossus arrives, but there's no support. There's 1 Stalker, 3 Zealots. It's not enough. Tank rallies in. Clem, he has pulled this off. He has broken MaxPax. Again, ignoring the base, going for some Stalker pickoffs. Boys being pulled once again into Widow Mines. They bailed out some shots. They bailed out some of the shots. And there's just not enough. There's just not enough here. Again, MaxPax was broken earlier, as the Colossal production was just far too late. Far too little, far too late. Clem now is just going for the kill. At this point, Clem has the better economy. He has mules back at home. Tank Voice here on the Colossus. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take a lead in the series. He will take game number 1. Whew, GG. Again, a very intense all-in there by Clem. MaxPax, he did scout it, he was aware of it, but it still took so long for that first Colossus to arrive. If the Colossus had arrived any sooner, then maybe he defends that expansion. Again, he had some great force fields, and he did snipe the Raven, but it was still a numbers game, and he just did not have the army he needed to hold on there. Barely not enough. It was close. Was still a close defense. With that, we do see Clem taking a lead, and now we are jumping into game number 2. Oh, we load into the smallest map in the ladder map pool. We're going to be spawning into Whispers of Gold. Oh boy, speaking of aggression, you thought you saw aggression on ley lines. That same build, if done on Whispers of Gold, hits even faster, and it hits even harder. Like, it can hit like a truck. It's going to be insane, it's going to be intense. I'm not saying that Clem is going to go for the same build, but if he goes for something aggressive, it can be more difficult to defend against that. So we'll see what MaxPax's answer is going to be. Oh boy. Here we go. Of course, it goes both ways, right? Like, aggression is going to be favored for either player. We saw that MaxPax last game did go for the proxy gateway, so he may try to go for another proxy here as well. We'll see. We'll see if he can turn the tables. As we are loading into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Whispers of Gold, we have the blue Protoss player, the Danish Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if he can bring us to the ace match. See if he can go all the way. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself, representing Team Liquid from Atlanta, France. It is Clem. Again, as always, Clem, he's favored to win the entire event. Can anyone stop this man? Can anyone bring him down? MaxPax is one that can do it, but he is now down in the series. He does have a deficit coming into the semis. We'll see if he can bring it back and bring us to game 3. That's all I want. Regardless of how this goes, you know, I'm greedy like that. I would love to see an ace match. I'd love to see a game 3. Here we go. Here we go. As once again, double gas opener out of Clem. We saw this led into an early 1-1-1 into an early drop play, or early drop play from Clem in game 1. We'll see what it leads into here in game number 2. It can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, can lead into early Cyclones, early tanks, early committed drops. Clem has potential. MaxPax, he scouts, he confirms. Does confirm double gas. He knows. Is aware. From here, the probe can escape, can get the hell out of here. And pull back home. And pull back. And we'll see what tech we go for this time. Whether we go for a Twilight Council, Stargate, or a Robo. Tech options are available here to MaxPax. Can go for either one. If you recall, last game he went for a proxy gateway, so he went for delayed tech. He went for a 3-gate opener instead. With mixed success. It was okay. It was okay. Not ideal. As this time, Twilight Council. Okay, Twilight Council, no proxy from MaxPax. This can be 2-gate blink, 3-gate blink, or 4-gate blink Stalker. Reaper dips in. Gets a probe. Gets one, gets 2 workers. Very nice damage here. The Reaper goes down, but does get some damage in the main base. Clem, he did see the tech as well, so he got everything he needed. He scouted the tech, and he got economic damage. So a nice start for Clem. Behind this, we do have our 1-1-1. Remember, delayed CC out of Clem, going for a later expansion at the natural. And I would imagine getting ready for some drop play. Tech Lab is finishing up. Do we go for an add-on swap? No add-on swap. But that is an early medevac. What are we going for? Show us the tank. Show us the Cyclone. The depth scout is denied. Clem going for, oh my god, okay, this is a really brutal build here from Clem. It's very popular on this map, on Whispers of Gold. We spoke earlier about how small the map is, and that is true. It's a very small map. We are getting ready with really early tank production into a follow-up push. Starting off, of course, with the initial marine drop, but the tank count is building up real fast and real quick. Really tanks out of Clem. Does boost out across the map. Stalker's in position. Medevac taking a lot of hits. Oh my god, taking a lot of damage. Widowmine does borrow. Trying to zone the Stalker away. And so far, nice damage, getting 3 probe kills. Oh my god. Medevac does boost away. Stalker almost going to go down. Widowmine is repositioning. And this is getting a bit out of hand here. That's going to be 5 probe kills. I say 5, getting it to 7. 7 workers go down. Clem, he races back home. And again, he's already got his 2 tanks. He already has 2 tanks. Viking is out. How many gateways does MaxPax have? He's up to 2 gates, so 2 gate blink into what looks to be a 3rd, I'm assuming. Really low gateway count. Okay, he's expanding. Okay, so economic build here by MaxPax. And I believe Clem hasn't really seen too much yet, which is a bit of a tell. As MaxPax is being greedy, he's buffing. Oh,
game paused.
Do have a bit of a pause. But basically, MaxPax, he's feigning aggression. Like, he only has 2 gateways, so he cannot reinforce. He's going to be trying to contain, poking in, and trying to scare Clem while he expands. As that's happening, Clem, Viking drop. Viking drop into the main base. The Viking has landed.
Game resumed.
And the Viking waddles in. And there aren't that many warp ins, remember that. And probes are going down. There's the 1 warp in. There's the 2nd. 2 stalkers in the main. Oof. Getting 5 probes in the main base. Aye, aye, aye. Getting up to 6. And despite the economic build, despite the fast 3rd base, MaxPax is falling behind. He's falling behind. Oh, brutal tank shots. Oh my god. Getting 1 SCV, and there's no way into the main. GG gets called. Clem, he will take the series 2-0. MaxPax, he gets completely shut down. And Clem will make it to the finals. GG. GG, well played, Clem. He will be our first player in the grand finals. Again, just a really rough game there for MaxPax. He lost so many workers. He lost so much he lost so many workers. He lost so much of his economy. And remember, MaxPax, he was going for a greedy follow-up to try to recover. MaxPax, he was being greedy. He was rushing into a 3rd base, but he was just torn apart. And we saw that he was punished for his dive into the main. There were 2 tanks in position. He was completely shut down. MaxPax, he was crippled back at home and crippled across the map. GG. GG, well played. There was just nothing left. With that, Clem, he will claim the series, and we're now getting ready for our next semifinals match. Who exactly is up next? That's a good question, as it looks like we actually don't have an answer to that.